Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. What I'm about to tell you is not just another rumor, not just some hearsay. This is a seismic shift that could redefine the entire landscape of the NFL in 2026. I've got sources deep inside the league, whispers from front offices, and enough intel to make your head spin. Trust me when I say, what's happening right now is monumental, unprecedented, a ND Chinese letter, absolutely, shaking the very foundation of the NFL universe. But here's the kicker, there's a secret, a game-changing plan that's only just beginning to surface, and I'm going to take you along this roller coaster, step by step, revealing every twist, every turn, every hidden agenda. Before I spill the beans, I need you to do one thing, smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and activate the bell. Why? Because what I'm about to share is for those who truly want to be in the know. The insiders, the true fans who understand that the NFL is no longer just a game, it's a war for dominance, a chess match played at the highest level. Those who are inside, welcome. Those who are outside, stay tuned, because what's coming will change everything. Only the elite will be ready for the storm that's brewing, and trust me, if you're watching this, you're part of the select few who will witness history. Now let's rewind and set the stage. What's been brewing in the shadows? For months, I've been tracking the Atlanta Falcons. Front office moves, the coaching shuffle, the whispers about their new head coach Kevin Stefanski, and the way the organization is positioning itself for a leap that nobody saw coming. Atlanta, a franchise with a proud history but recent struggles, is quietly building a network of secret negotiations, hidden trades, and player evaluations that could shake the entire league. And at the epicenter of this storm, a name that's been whispered in league circles with reverence and awe, Bobby Wagner. Yes, the legendary linebacker, now 35, with a career that's already been etched into NFL history, is about to become the centerpiece of something much bigger than anyone could have imagined. But how? Why? Let me break down what I've uncovered. First, let's talk about Wagner himself. As of January 21, 2026, he's still with the Washington Commanders, having signed a one-year deal after a sensational career that's seen him ascend to third all-time in tackles, reach 2,000 in his career, and remain one of the most elite instincts and leadership presences the league has ever seen. His stats are staggering. Over 170 games, multiple 150-plus tackle seasons, 4.5-plus sacks per year, plus critical interceptions and passes defense that prove he's more than just a run stuffer. He's a chess master on the field. His leadership, off the charts. His presence, magnetic. But at 35, many questioned whether he had one more elite year left, and that's where things get even more intriguing. What if Wagner, the master tactician, the player who's led defenses through Super Bowls and playoff runs, is not just finishing his career, but positioning himself for a final act, one that could push him into the next stratosphere? Think about it. His current contract is a single year, a prove-it deal, as they call it. But sources tell me that behind the scenes, there's a plan to make Wagner the centerpiece of a blockbuster trade that could send shockwaves through the NFL. And the team's smart enough to capitalize, none other than the Atlanta Falcons. Why the Falcons? Because Atlanta is at a crossroads. They've hired Kevin Stefanski, a proven offensive genius who turned around the Browns but struggled with a lack of veteran leadership on defense. The roster is promising, especially with young stars like Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and A.J. Terrell. But what they lack, what could make or break their 2026 season, is that veteran mastermind on defense, that sideline-to-sideline linebacker who commands respect across the league. Wagner. That's the missing piece. Let's peel back the curtain. What does the film say about Wagner? Forget the age. At 35, he's still fluid, still explosive, and his football IQ, still top tier. Watch his 2023 tape. The guy's sideline-to-sideline range is still extraordinary. His instincts, still elite. His tackling, unlike many others, and his leadership, that intangible that no stats can quantify. His ability to diagnose plays pre-snap and adjust on the fly, still unparalleled. He's a rare breed, and teams are willing to pay premium for that veteran savvy. Advanced metrics. Wagner finished the 2023 season with a tackle rate of 12.2 per game, ranking among the top inside linebackers in the league. His missed tackle percentage, still below 5%. His coverage grades, consistently in the top 10 at his position, with multiple pass deflections and critical interceptions. Pro Football Focus rated him around 85 overall with a 90+ in coverage and run defense. Simply put, he may be 35, but his game is still elite. The NFL evaluators, they're still drooling over his tape. Now, why would Atlanta want him? Because Wagner's presence changes everything. It's not just about stats. It's about morale, identity, and leadership. They need that veteran voice to stabilize what's been a chaotic defense. They need his sideline authority to mold a young linebacking core and instill a winning mentality. It's the kind of move that screams championship window, especially with a new coach that values football IQ above all. So how would this trade work? Here's where it gets wild. The Commanders, after a disastrous 5-12 season, are in rebuild mode. They've got young talent, Jamin Davis, Cody Barton, but what they lack is a veteran who can mentor and lead. Wagner is still a high-value player, but at 35, he's a rental, the likely compensation. A mid-round pick, maybe a 2026 third or fourth, plus a conditional future pick. Washington would get cap relief and a draft asset to groom their future. Atlanta, on the other hand, would potentially send a 2026 first-rounder, a day 2 pick, and maybe a player or two in exchange for Wagner's veteran leadership and on-field dominance. Cap-wise, Wagner's current salary is manageable, around $7 million for 2026, leaving Atlanta room to maneuver, especially with the new coaching staff and the pending free agent signings. The Commanders. They'd absorb a little dead cap, but the value in acquiring draft capital and clearing space for their rebuild is enormous. And let's not forget the ripple effects. A trade like this would trigger a domino effect across the league, teams eyeing Wagner as a final piece. The Chicago Bears, who are building a championship-caliber defense, or the San Francisco 49ers, always hungry for veteran leadership. But Atlanta's plan seems more strategic. They want to send a clear message: we're here to dominate, and Wagner is the catalyst. Now, fitting Wagner into the Falcons scheme? Perfect. His style aligns seamlessly with a multiple front defense that emphasizes speed, gap control, and aggressive pass rush. Under Kevin Stefanski's influence, whose Browns' defenses were built around smart, disciplined linebackers, Wagner's talent will thrive. He'll be the quarterback of the defense, calling plays, setting the edge, and leading the charge against NFC South rivals. This isn't just a patch, it's a strategic upgrade that elevates their entire defensive identity. The comparison. Think of how Rams fans felt when they traded for Von Miller, a veteran leader who transformed the entire defense. Wagner isn't just a stopgap, he's a symbol of a new era. His presence will unlock potential across the board, inspiring young players and sending a message that Atlanta is no longer just a team with promise. They're a team with a plan for greatness. And the timing? This is where it gets even more fascinating. The NFL offseason is just heating up. The league's front offices are already working behind closed doors, and my sources say Atlanta is prepared to make a splash within the next few weeks. Wagner's deal, his age, and his value make him an ideal trade target before free agency kicks off. If the Falcons strike now, they could lock him in as a cornerstone for the next few seasons, solidify their linebacker core, and send shockwaves through the NFC. Here's what you need to watch. The trade rumors will intensify in the next 10-14 days. Expect leaks, cryptic hints from insiders, and perhaps even a sudden splash of news just before the NFL Combine. Atlanta's front office isn't just shopping for a linebacker, they're launching a statement. We're here to contend now, and Wagner is the keystone. In conclusion, this isn't just about filling a roster spot. It's about a strategic masterstroke that could reshape the NFC South, resurrect Atlanta's defense, and cement Wagner's legacy as not just a Patriots and Seahawks legend, but as a transformative figure for the next chapter. Who wins? The Falcons, who get a Hall of Fame leader. Who loses? Not necessarily the Commanders, who will get draft capital and cap relief, positioning themselves for a full rebuild. But make no mistake, this move is about power, prestige, and legacy. Stay tuned, because the next few weeks could be the most historic in NFL history. And I'll be here, breaking down every twist, every turn, every secret as it unfolds. Remember, legends like Wagner don't just walk away into the sunset. They leave footprints that echo through eternity, and right now, those footprints are leading straight to Atlanta.